Hi there, it's Tracy here. Glad to see you. Saturdays at 3. Now, obviously, today I'm having to do a video because I did explain in the group that presently the lives aren't coming through so well. So, to mark my expectation of coming here today, I wanted to at least give you something. So, you can come to the group and see everything online. You can also go to my YouTube. So, I'm under the banner of Tracy Catchpole Art and Design. So check me out in all the different places like Facebook and Instagram, those kind of things. And you will hopefully today just see the kind of things I want to try and do. Now, I've got here a piece of paper. It's hot press paper, watercolour, but we're going to use colour pencils. And all I'm going to show you is how the three little favourite characters, the red, the yellow and the blue, come together and blend well. So it's a technique everybody uses and we all get used to our tools. So these I've sharpened. I've just used an ordinary sharpener, nothing special, but at the same time it does the trick. It's just a small manual one I've used, like the item here I'll show you. It's just one simple little sharpener. So you don't have to go out and spend too much to enjoy yourself. And this is what it's all about. It's playful time with your art. And we're going to do loads of things, different things. I want to highlight to you even how we can transfer small images even into digital, and you can make fabric. But at the same time, it just depends the kind of people that are wanting to follow me, and you'll be the people that will tell me what you really want. So until I've done the testing and you've appeared, I won't know. So here we go. Now I've set out a small little framework. I've got the red, I've got some yellow, and I've got a blue coming through here. And all I want to do is combine so that eventually we'll have the orange, the green and the purple that are made up due to the blending. And then I want to show the depth of shading that you can get with all the different crayons, coloured pencils as they say now. So here we go, I've got the red. Any kind of red that you want to do, obviously it will change with your tones. So if you've got a deeper red, maybe you should go for a deeper blue and a deeper yellow so that the tones all can work together nicely. So hopefully you can see this and I will begin. And it's just a case of literally gently finding your groove. And I'm working on the fact that I just want to follow a little line that I've gathered, and I'm just going quite lightly. I just want to make it look pretty, so I'm creating a little star shape. Doesn't matter if you go off. There's a bit of a groove in the paper there. I'm not going to change that. That's the way it is. Can't do nothing about it. So just go lightly. And I want to continue going lightly and show you you don't need to have too much strength in your power of your hand. It's all to just gather. And then as you go sort of stronger, gently, I'm not holding the pencil like this, I'm actually holding it sideways. Let's just get a little shape there. Hopefully you can see all this. It's a shame the videos are the ones I've had to use, but I'll pop them on YouTube and you can have them to watch. And then we'll get to find a better way in the future. But I've shown up and I want to show up so that I can highlight to you that art is all about just enjoying yourself and letting yourself go. It doesn't matter if you go outside lines, you make lines bigger, you make lines stronger, and you can fancy it up later. I'm just doing some soft layering, and this is how I was when I first started. I was just trying to feel the pencil. So I'm trying to reenact how I begun. And then later on, it's all about shapes and different things that you do. So I'm coming into this area. I just want to make a little line so I can identify where I'm trying to achieve to. And I've been doing some fair, so I keep on coming up and doing these kind of things, and I shouldn't. I should be staying with the pencil on the paper. Just keep it like that. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit touch harder, not much, and I just want to make it a tad harder on the paper. As I say, this is hot press paper. I've actually picked up from the botanical hot press paper pad. It's a small size, it's only A5. So once again, I've not gone for large pieces for this kind of thing, but I want to show the usefulness of how things come together. And you can just go back and blend the colours. I want to just highlight that if you have got a mark in the paper, you can build that up and get rid of it. But that's just a gentle touch that I wanted to show, and then show you how to go a bit harder. Like so. There you go. But the thing is here, I'm going to go softer because when I come down with the yellow, I want to blend it. So I'm just going to go gently here. Doesn't matter which way, we're not doing fur or anything. There's no characterization needed here. This is purely just getting used to the kind of shape you want to do and how you want to progress with it. I'm just going to go over there. I did put some little initials into the actual drawing just to remind me of where I'm stopping and starting. It's just a key thing. So I've done enough red at the moment. I'm going to pick up the yellow and do exactly the same. Now with the yellow, it's bang on, and it's sitting nicely with my arm and my hand, so I can come straight down. And here, this is picking up lovely. This is actually my amber gold Derwent Lightfast, and it's a lovely feeling on the paper. And this is the thing, every pencil is different, so find something you love, find the one you like, and just enjoy it. So I wonder what's going to happen now. We're just going to go straight down here. I'm going to try and keep lighter this time, and because it's angled nicely for me, it's better. Now one trick is, here I've got a little framework. It's only made of cardboard, and you can move it around and you can flatten it if you want to, and do it like that as well. So I've actually put some little tape here, and I've actually taped my actual A5 paper with a little margin around the edge. And that's a habit I get into now, because if you then want to go outside of whatever you're drawing, I mean here we're not using it, but if ever you want to be consistent and you want to have your white frame on the outside, it's so lovely pulling off the tape gently at a right angle so there's no tearing, and it just makes a picture look so much better. So these are the kind of things that you just have to give yourself a bit of forethought and think about what you're doing when you do art to a standard that you're wanting to achieve. Now again, I've got this little area that I want to go, so I've marked that back off very lightly, and then I just make the pencil mark go up to it, and that's all I do. And depending on how dark you want this, it's just that feeling of knowing that you've made it. So I'll just do it for a little while and see what happens. Now I am going to go further in here. Let's go there. Just do that. I'm going to go across here. Just made some lines again to identify where I'm going and what I'm doing. And here I'm just going to go really light. And when I come back to this, I'm going to go deeper. So you can put layers in. And this is a great thing about crayons when you actually blend. You can put so many layers in. With hot press paper, sometimes it uses up your pencil a little bit more. You can use different papers. But you start to learn how to do things. And I hope you're getting a view of that. I'm just going to go gently down because I just want to make that light. So you can go really light, pull it down, and I'm not like tight here, I'm up here, so I'm making my hand feel nice and loose. So it's not intense, it's just a nice flow. And you can put your radio on, you can put all kinds of things on when you're at home and listen to them while you just draw away. And then you can make shapes, you can make circles, you can go and grab a flower from your garden and start identifying the shape with a piece of paper and a pencil, nothing fancy. And then when you start to get to grips with it, then you buy your special papers, then you buy your special pencils. But like I say, well, these are more special, these are light fast ones, so they do last longer, and they're actually dynamic in the fact that they have tests done on them so that they should last 100 years, they say. So who knows? Let's hope. So we've made a nice shading then. I'm going to go deeper with this one now. And I'm going to make the shape nice and sharp. And as you can see, this would be the technique in a way. You could do lines, but let me just go into circles now. And you can fill in. You can see it's starting to fill the paper in. And all I'm doing is little circles. And then obviously the line can be like that. I went outside. Oh well. It's a test. It's a practice. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to blend the red with the yellow. And I want to spread it up so that the blending does happen. So the red pulls up into the yellow. And I'm just going to leave it on the red bit, like that. Just to show you that red and yellow blend together to make orange. Yeah. That's a bit more fun way of doing different palettes, and you can see the lightness. You can make that more orangey by adding more. And then you can just look away, come back on yourself. Don't always keep leaning over yourself. Pull yourself back up to keep a straight back. And keep your posture nice and relaxed. I'm not going to go too far with that now. I might make that look nicer. One thing I have learned is if you find something goes wrong, don't mess with it. Just let it happen and it will blend in with something else when you're doing it. And you won't even know. So here we go. I'm going to just go slightly darker here. So I'm going to add another layer over. I've actually felt the nib of the pencil feel a bit scratchy, so I've turned the pencil round a little bit, and all of a sudden it's lovely and soft again. So just beware that if you find that, you just turn your pencil around till you feel comfortable. And I'm just going to just gently blend this so that I've got a deeper colour, then going out to a soft colour. So I'm picking up just a lighter touch here. So I'm deeper here, stronger here, and then I'm gathering pace to just strengthen my arm, or sorry, strengthen my stroke with the hand, and slowly blending it so it's going from a darker tone to a lighter tone, a lighter value as they call it. And then I just go softly here, try to fill in the grain, but still being soft. The softer you are, it will still blend in nicely. And then just pull that down a little bit, just to blend in, and try to make a gradient of it. And then you can go back and strengthen this even more. So this will be like the third layer. And it's still the same weight of pressure that I'm using. It's just I put a third layer on, like you do when you paint. In many mediums, but not so much in watercolour. Now, watercolour is another thing I love to do. But this technique obviously helps with all kinds of art. So you've got your red turning into the orange with the yellow. And now we're going to go to the blue. And this is quite a deepish blue. They call it a bright blue. It's one of the ink tints Derwent I'm using. But like I say, just pick up a blue that's as strong as can be, but not overpowering, not like an indigo blue. An indigo blue is going to be quite dark, so try and find something that's in between a sea blue and the indigo blue, because then that way you've actually got the blend coming in nicely with the other colours. So your values actually will change if you've got a turquoisey blue, because already with a turquoise blue it's got a green blend to it in a way that depends on the kind of mix of blue that was done with the yellow, and then you add another blue and it makes things even stronger. So here again, at this time I'm going to go more dark. Let me just check that you can see that. I'm going to go a bit firmer. I'm turning the pencil again. I'm going for a darker tone of the blue because we're getting more confident now, and we're beginning to feel the edge of the crayon. So we want to make it sharp, and I want this bit to be really deep and dark, because the purpose of it is to show you not just how it all mixes and blends in different colours, it's to show you the softness like I'm doing now, and then you can add another layer like I've just done. I haven't taken the pencil off the paper, but you can see it's light. This side is much lighter than here, much less intense, and you can make this intense again to say here, lower the pressure. So you take the nib of the pencil off the paper and just go slowly. A bit disappointed that this paper has got some imagery underneath it, like marks. I've got nothing I can do about that other than if I did want to go deeper with it, but I want to show you the gradient. So here we go. Let's tone this up. Well, should we maybe create a shadow type thing? Maybe we'll put because this is in the way, maybe the light was coming in this way, we'll make this a little bit darker here. How about that? Think about things like that as you draw. You say, well, the light's coming in this way, so imagine that was a conical, an actual physical object. So therefore you'd put a darker shade here, maybe just add it to there, and it would just give a slightly different thing. So I'll go lighter here to accentuate the shadow here. And remember that depending on where the light is, the angle is where you stop the shadow. So I'm imagining it's literally on that tip. Just an idea. You can go back and glaze that later. So that's that. I'm just going to go gently into here with the blue because I don't know how it's going to go, and you can immediately see it's gone green. So I'm keeping my pencil off the green. I don't want it blending in to the rest of the blue here. And then I just want to finish that nicely off. I might put an angle on that because we've got a pattern there, so we might as well use that pattern as a shine, really. See what happens. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm just trying to, if something goes wrong, I'm just trying to say, oh, it's okay. What's meant to be is meant to be. Lap it up. It doesn't matter. So now I'm going to turn my pencil because I've got a bit of green on that side. And I just want to gently blend this up to there. And then when I bring in the red over here, I'm hoping this will then turn into a purple. So you've seen me create the 3 primary colours and turn them into the secondary colours. And you don't have to do a colour wheel. You can practice this anywhere on anything. Make shapes. Make your mind think. Don't always do it the same way as everyone else. You just do that. It's fun. I love it. I mean, there's something simple like this. You think, oh, I don't want to be bored by it. I don't want to do that. If it's so intense if you have to do a whole wheel and you've got big palette areas that you've got to colour. Whereas here I've decided to bring slithers in because then it doesn't waste all your pencils. You've paid a lot of money for your pencils and you don't want that. Oh no, I don't. We've got to be a bit, what do they say, thrifty with our things these days. So why not care for our pencils too? So I'm going to turn this a little bit and see if I can get my arm on that. Now, at the moment, my hand is going to come on this. So I'm just going to grab, I would usually use a kitchen towel or a glassine when it's more expensive, but here I'm just going to use a tissue so that I don't mark pick up any pigment onto the paper as I draw down. Now here I hope this is going to turn purpley. I really do. I'm just going to slowly blend it in. So this is the thing, you blend things out, and I'm just doing this little diamond shape really. I did blend it a little bit up there, but you can do that and have a nice image of your purple going into your orange. Make a nice contrast. And then here I'm just keeping it small. I think I might actually do the circle movements here because I haven't got much movement to play with. And the circle movements actually help to go into the grain. So you just still show that you've got gentle pressure, maybe a tad more than earlier. But yeah, the purple's coming through. And the lovely thing is, if you turn your paper back, because then you're going to go the other way, you can make it deeper. So I'm going to add a bit more, do the diamond shape. Let's make that pretty. Just make the shape look nice. Taking care of what you're doing. And you can spend a bit more time and tidy it up. But yeah, that's giving you the feeling of a nice purple, I think. I might even add a bit more blue to let it go darker. But again, just light pressure. Oh, that's quite nice, I like that. So that's quite good. Now, here we had the orange, which we made from the yellow and the red. And now I'm going to sharpen this because I've got a bit of red on that now. So I'm just going to clear away some of the pigment by just gently sharpening it, a couple of twists. And I've got a clean nib now. And I'm just going to go for the green. So blue and yellow, the green. Let's hope that works. I'm going to try and keep off the purple for a bit. And this is great technique as well, doing these shapes like this, because what else it's doing is it's giving you the control of what you need to do. So you're thinking about the pattern coming down here, trying not to go over the lines, as they always said to us at school, and then just enjoy it. I think that's quite nice. It needs a bit more blue, I think, into it to bring it up. So I'll go a bit deeper with the yellow to give it a base. And then I'll go back with the blue. This is okay, there's nothing really on it, but the shape of it's funny. So I'm just going to go with the flatness of what I've got because it's nice on the paper. And I'm just going to blend that in. And you can see you can have a darker green or a lighter green. I'll go for a slightly darker one. Try and make the blend come in. So I just keep neat and tidy. There. And I need a bit more red there, I think, on the purple. Bring it up a bit to the light to sort of match the values of all of the other 3 primary colours. So we've now got 3 secondary colours. I just think it's nice because you can actually make all sorts of shapes like this, and it's fun, and you can go back and make this really deep and make this really deep with all the yellow, and then make this really deep with all the blue, and then on these latter parts that are coming out you just go light. I'm not going to go much darker with this. I'm just going to gradiate it a little bit, and then you can finish that off and make that look neat. And then, for instance, this area, I'm not going to colour that yellow in. I'm just going to pick up a line here, follow it through. You can make it straight with your ruler, or you can do freehand. I'm a great lover of freehand because it makes it look more interesting. And then because I want the edge to be nice, I'll put a little line in there. And that gives me a guideline as well. And I'll just put some lighter strokes in. And that gives you a base of keeping it light. I don't want to go deep blue with this now. I want to go light. You can get some little gradients along the side. And just enjoy the movement. And like I say, put on some music. And don't keep watching what I'm doing. Just go away and do your own thing. You've now got an idea for what you're doing. And this is a great base. You can use this now and play with it. You could even make more shapes out here and blend the next level. So you could go with your secondary colours and create like archways and shapes. And that way you've got your colour wheel and you've learned different aspects of which colours blend well together, and also which pencils blend well together, because every pencil has its own funny ways. It's got its own character. I call them characters rather than pencils and crayons. They do have their own identity. It's like I've got used to the fact now that some of the different crayons I use, I keep calling them crayons, I shouldn't do that. Some of the different colour pencils I use are literally just like butter when they go on the paper. And sometimes they are really, really sketchy. Sometimes they are really sharp and not enjoyable to use. So you learn which ones you love and then you go and buy more of them. So I would suggest just buy a few at first, because you can now see that you can have those 3 colours in many different pencils, from Faber-Castells to Derwent right through to Caran d'Ache, and they have so many of their own different characters within them, and it's just perfect to play with. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you next time, 3 o'clock on Saturdays, and I'll put the link in that you can have to directly go to my YouTube. So I hope you've enjoyed it. You take care now. See you soon.